Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Jade and I talk about anything I'm interested in real life with you guys on YouTube. If you have not subscribed yet, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and like this video. Today I'm going to talk about top 5 best interview fragrances for women. I think with the pandemic slowly phasing out to the reopening phases for business, some of us are going to be looking for jobs. Some of us are going to go through interview process, whether it's in person or virtually. These are the fragrances that I am suggesting for your first interview to kind of brings out your personality and confidence to show the interviewers. So first one is a fragrance that brings out the maturity in a young woman. So it's confident, you are very curious and interested to learn, you're punctual, you act well with grace with others, you're good at community building, you're soft, feminine, and I'm talking about the Chloe Eau de Parfum, the new formulation, and it's just called Chloe. So this fragrance, I'm not going to spray it because I have a tea over here. So this fragrance is kind of like what your first kind of transition from whether you were in school before or a transition to a corporate role for a young woman. I see this fragrance as a staple throughout anyone's kind of professional career, and it's a very classic, timeless piece that brings out the professionalism and authority. You just know that you're not gonna be slacking. You are not a person who can't meet deadlines and can't figure out what are the priorities in your job. So this one does not give that impression, and it does the completely opposite, shows that you are a very competent person, and that's my first recommendation, Chloe Eau de Parfum. So the next recommendation is going to be Prada Infusion Rose, and this is the notes here includes neroli d'Afrique, so African neroli, Mandarin and Italian Mandarin, Bulgarian rose, and Turkish rose. This is not that of a rosy scent. If anything, it's a very, very clean, soapy, rosy. So what this does is just to show that you are punctual, you are clean, you take care of yourself, and you know boundaries. You will not be a pushover, you will stand up for yourself, and it shows a bit of femininity. The next recommendation puts you in that boss mode, in that authority figure, and that is the ever so iconic Chanel No. 5. So I use the eau de toilette, and I have been going through this, this is probably my 4th bottle. So Chanel No. 5 is just timeless, classic, and for a person who is very sure of their self, this certainly puts you in an authoritative state and just shows that you know what you're talking about. You've got skills, you've got assets that the company needs you more than you need them, because if you don't work here, you could work for their competitors. They don't want to lose you. You are valuable addition to the company, and you are just a boss woman that they don't want to mess with you. They don't want to be on your bad side, and that is Chanel number 5, Eau de Toilette. I use Eau de Toilette because I feel like Eau de Parfum is a bit too strong for me, and if you have seen my other videos, I prefer fragrances that I reapply throughout the day, rather than I applied once and then it stays on until like the end of the day. That's not bad, it's just personal preference, and I just prefer the other way where I reapply. So the next one is just impossible not to like, and that is Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. I just put the two Chanels together. So this is fruity, more grapefruit, and there's a lot of quince in here. I have no idea what quince is. This is a very juicy, feminine fragrance. I think when you wear this in your first interview, that just shows that you are a great person to be around. You brings out the I think you're kind of like the new most popular person in the group, in the team that you're working for. You are professional, you know your stuff, and you're just like, you are not pushy, you get things done with an edge. So you are kind of like exceeding the expectation in a very valuable way, and no one can really dislike a feminine, like outspoken figure that is lively and easy to be around with on the first interview. So that is my 4th recommendation. And my last one, this could be controversial, but this is my thoughts, my recommendation, and this is La Vie est Belle en Rose. This is a Eau de Toilette version, that's why it's like longer rather than like shorter. I do not like the original La Vie est Belle, and I think it is way too strong. This one I do not mind at all, and I think it's beautiful, it's very flirty, it's feminine, and it's bubbly, kind of also leaves a very tainted lipstick scent at the very end of the fragrance stage. This starts with red berries and rose. There's also the peonies in the middle, so it's a very gourmand, and they make this very gourmandish, like a rose peony that you can eat. So I am a fan of La Vie est Belle en Rose. So this one is for a more like creative feminine soul into the workspace. You make the team very lively. You are great at presentation. You can sell anyone anything about your company's culture, about your whatever you are representing, because people are drawn to you. This, even though it's much lighter than the original La Vie est Belle, I think this can still be a bit strong if you overspray it. So just like, I think spray it no more than 5 or 6 sprays at once. I do not really count the sprays on my hair as those like numbers of sprays. So yeah, that's my last recommendation for very sparkling, lively soul that wants to create, wants to show people very passionate about what you're working for, whether it's your own company, whether it's like other people's like enterprise products for a B2B salesperson. It's just like, when I say sales, this is like a most integral part of keeping the company together, because no company can exceed without incoming revenue, and you are that very integral part, because people love talking to you, they love listening to you, and they love giving you money. And that's what my fifth recommendation is. So thank you so much for watching, and I wish you the best in your upcoming interviews, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Thank you.